Hi you guys, man. I hope you're keeping well. Today I would like us to talk about the creative economy. What is creative economy? Have you seen those businesses that you see around that you don't know how they started? They started from an idea. We are all created by God. So you are a creative. Each and every person in this world, you are a creative. So you have an idea that can actually solve a certain problem. Through my experience in creative economy, I have come up with 10 ways how you can start a business that can be sustainable. These 10 ways, I call them versatile 10 ways to start a sustainable business. And the first one is idea development, the sketchboard. Equipment and accessories is the team. Budget, execution. You have to create content for your product portfolio. Is marketing. And the last one is conversion. How to develop an idea? Before you develop an idea, you must have seen a problem and you are there to give a solution. For you to be able to give the solution, you have to plan how to execute it. How do you develop an idea? This is what we call the vision. By the time you come up with that idea, how do you want it to look like? What kind of sector, what kind of target market that you'll be targeting? All of us, we are created by God. So everyone is a creative. So the things that surround us, especially as Africans, we have a lot of challenges and a lot of problems. But these problems, if you can actually offer the solution, that's where your business comes in. Me, for instance, I'm a photographer. I saw an opportunity in photography business. Maybe you want to do business like in makeup. You want to start an event company. So how do you package this product so that they can actually meet the market that you are targeting with? The second versatile way how to start a business that is sustainable is called the sketchboard. You have to sketch that idea, this vision. How do you want to look like? What kind of a problem would you be solving? So by the time you think of that idea, remember, you are not the first person to have this idea. There are other people who have been doing these things. So you actually do a lot of research, look at the people who have done it, people who are successful in the same idea, and borrow some ideas from them, so that by the time you are packaging your idea, is already something that people can be able to relate. When I talk about the sketchboard, you have to do a lot of research, download images, download some videos, so that you can actually be able to tell the people the kind of problem that you'll be solving. So this is where you interact with a lot of apps in social media and learn from the people who have already done the kind of business that you want to start. Most of the business in creative economy, they require some equipment, some accessories, some skills, and these are the things that you need to focus on, and that's why we come to the point number 3, equipment and accessories. What I mean by that, for instance, if you want to start photography business, you must invest in a camera, you must invest in things like lighting, you must invest in some of these things. And these are the things that you have to list them down. What do you need? In case you are a designer, you need a machine. In case you are a graphic designer, you need a laptop. In case you're a DJ, definitely you need some equipment to play the music. So you have to list down the kind of equipment that you need. Even if you don't have them, you have to list all those equipment down, and if possible, identify even the price. How much do they cost? After you list down the equipment and accessories that you need to be able to execute your product, our fourth point here is the team. You have to come up with a team. What I mean by team, you have to make sure, in case you are the one, let's take an instance, a photography business. You need a photographer, you need an editor, you need a makeup artist, sometimes you even need other assistants who will actually be able to assist you. Because in a business that is sustainable, you can't actually work alone. And this is what we want us to do. We don't want to be sole proprietor for our business all along. So we need to create a team that can be able to execute the ideas that you have developed, so that you can actually make your business sustainable, so that you can actually invest in them and invest in their time and skills. After you come up with a team, there's one of the most crucial things in business: budget. How do you develop a budget? Remember, when you list down all the equipment that you need, you have to list each and every product, how much will it cost. This team that you have created, how much will you pay them? So you have to create a budget. And this is when you are starting a business, you might not actually have the money actually to be able to invest in the kind of equipment that you need. And this is where you can actually decide to do the hiring services. You can hire some of the equipment before you own them. And for the team, there's something called the social capital. How do you invest in people? Part of the budget, also you have to make sure also you invest, you plan how much you'll be spending on the team that you are actually bringing on board, the equipment that you are borrowing. Sometimes you can actually borrow the equipment depending on the kind of social network that you have invested with. Some of them you can borrow, you can hire. You have to list down the budget. Number 6 is execution. When you talk about execution, this is one of the hardest parts in every business. All of us, we have very brilliant ideas, but execution is one of the biggest challenges. But we have come up with a team, we have the idea, we have the equipment, but when it comes to execution, this is where you need to plan. And we usually say, lack of planning is planning to fail. So you need to plan, and where you have to come up with even a program, how you're going to execute all these ideas that you have, and the kind of budget that you have already raised, how do you execute all these things? When it comes to execution, in case you need to create content, who do you need? The team that you have. Do you have a photographer? Do you have someone to take the video of your product? These are the things that you have to focus on when you're doing the execution. And you have to plan your time well. In case you decide you're doing a project, like a certain day, from the time, from punctuality, from the entire team, they have to come on board, and they can actually, each and every one has their roles. All the team members that you have actually identified for your project, you have to give each and every person a role. Don't tell them what to do. Show them how it's done. So, and this is where you have to create something called a job description for each and every member who is part of your team. In creative economy business, this is where the fun part comes in. You have to create content for your product. The product that you have developed, the ideas that you have to create content for your product. Why? The reason why you should create content for your product, since you don't want just to do business with the people who knows you, you also need to do business with the people who doesn't know you. And this is where you need to create content so that you can actually educate them. And this is where you have to invest in photography, video, people to write about the product that you have, so that they can actually understand the kind of product that you are selling there. And these are the content that you actually put in social media so that people can understand your product. Our point number 8 is portfolio. This is where you have to package your product. When I mean by portfolio, this is like the information that other people will learn about your product when you're not there. And this is where you have to invest in a website, where you have to put the gallery, your content, you have to create some blogs, you have to create a lot of stories, and people can actually be able to interact with your product in your website, that is also in social media. And also, in case you can have something that is hard copy, that's something you can actually hold and walk around with it, that is something that you have actually to develop. A portfolio is one of the powerful tools in any creative business, so that people can understand the kind of product you're selling. Why? Because most of the ideas in creative economy, nobody knows them. Nobody actually feels they need them unless they are brought to their attention. So that's why you have to create a portfolio. Our point number 9, which is almost the last one, is marketing. How do you market your idea without actually selling that idea to other people? That is not business. So you actually wanted to start a business. How do you market this product? And this is the high time you join different forums in business. You attend the events. In case you hear there's dinner somewhere, you make sure you pay for that dinner. Attend those events so that you can actually meet the people. The business is interaction of people. So this is where you need to interact with people a lot so that you can actually sell your product, talk about your product, defend it. It's up to you to be the front line to talk about your product. Like for me, everywhere I go, even if I'm in the gym working out, if I meet some people, hey, my name is David Macharia and I'm a photographer. Yeah, I talk about my brand everywhere I go. And this is one of the things that actually will help you when it comes to converting some of these ideas that you have. And the moment you build that relationship with the people, those are the same people who refer you to other business. The moment you have a relationship with someone today, you make sure you tell him about your product. He will remember you. But again, how do you package it? Remember, you have a portfolio, so you can go back and actually check it out. And this is where you have a business card, where you have to give people your business card. In case you get a business card, always get back to those clients. Always introduce them to your product through emails. This is where you need to create something called a database. As a creative, you must have a database of the people who knows you, the people who interact with your product, so that they can actually be able to connect with you even when you are back in office. And the last one is conversion. In business, money has to exchange hands. If the money doesn't exchange hands, that is not business. So how do you package your product so that people can invest in it? This is where you have to invest, even the way you look, even the way you address the people. When they are working in your shop, in your office, when they're interacting with your website, when they're interacting with you in social media, the content that you develop, because you'll be posting it on social media, how do they interact with them? How are they received in your office at the reception? And this is where you have even to train your team how to answer the phone calls. Remember, you are the one who have the vision. If you don't train the people who have to handle your clients, these are the people who will be chasing your clients away. And this is the time you have to train people how to answer the phone call. Like me, I usually tell my people, you answer the phone call while you're smiling with your liver, so that people can actually be happy. When you will receive someone who is smiling, definitely there is a possibility they will invest in your product. So this is where you invest in people, how they present your product. Because some people, they can even judge you the way you look, and that's where the conversion happens. Those are the 10 versatile ways how you can actually start a business from an idea and make it sustainable. Guys, let each and every one of us become the best CEO. Yeah!